Welcome to the Creative Spin Podcast. I'm in trouble today. Carmen, thank you so much for being in our podcast. I mean, we've been trying to get you onto this podcast forever.
31. 31. I'm 31.
Carmen is so busy all the time. And okay, I'm
No,
lying.
you know
lying.
what? I
lying.
do. You know what, Jamie? I know. I've been through a lot in the last little bit, so I'll give you the 31. I'm good.
Okay.
Colin was on first than me, though. I'm a little bitter about that, but it's okay.
No, but this one is going to be the best one, right?
Damn right.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Workplace One, a company offering boutique private offices, co-working spaces, and virtual office solutions, as well as meeting rooms in the best neighborhoods of Toronto and Kitchener-Waterloo. Ideal for entrepreneurs, companies, and passionate business people. Workplace One is where you want to be with your business. For more information, go over to workplaceone.com. For everybody out there that is listening or watching us, I'm here with Carmen Costa from the Costa Group Mortgages. She's one of our clients. We've started doing
I think I'm
videos
like your first client for
in
social media.
In regards to videos, yeah. We started the video stuff with you, which was 2 years.
Shouldn't I have been the first person to be on this creative spin?
You know what?
Look how I looked right into that.
Yeah, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get some sound effects going on this podcast, I think.
No, I think I was one of the first. Like, I want to say that because I remember calling you, and I remember you were like, okay, where are you? Where are you located?
Yeah. It was kind of, we were starting with providing this service to our clients,
which is awesome. The service is awesome.
And you know what? It's been about 2 years now that we've been doing this, and it's been quite a trip, and it's been fun. And it's interesting that, the company's been around for 15 years, and we've always been involved with designing and printing and all the, the usual stuff.
And you're still good at that.
We're still doing that. Yeah, we're still doing that. And I still get a kick out of that. But this was kind of like a new thing, right? It was like learning all these cameras and audio stuff, equipment and editing. And then I just, passed everything on to Colin in terms of the editing, because I couldn't just take more stuff on, even though I find it interesting too. Like, I like playing around with the software and getting that going too. But it's been a cool ride. And now Colin, he's been with the company now for quite a while.
You've been here since the beginning. I met you right on. Yeah.
So it's
right in the beginning. I remember seeing him for the first time. Like, he's really young. I'm like, wow. And then you came in. I was like, okay, I'm safe.
Yeah, all the gray hair and the old guy. But it's all good. But but
you started. I'll be honest with you. You started. You said something when we first started this. You said to see all of this is shocking. To have lights, camera. I remember the first time I sat down to do it. I was so.
We can now laugh.
Do you remember? Like now. And I remember you saying, but Jamie, your rah-rah on the side was amazing because you put me at an ease. You were like, Carm, the first couple of them, 6 months from now, you're going to look back and you're going to laugh.
We're laughing now.
And I laugh now. Yeah. So we're 2 years in now.
Yeah,
and honestly, it's shocking. But I think the side note on this whole creative spin, you doing social media, I don't think you understand what you do for people, because I essentially, when you first started doing that, where you were like, Carm, you got to stop doing the tips you were given. You got to do this. You got to do that. You just made me comfortable. I remember, vividly remember you standing on the sideline saying, no, let's do it again. And I remember I hated you.
Cracking my jokes.
I know. And always cracking your jokes. But I don't think you understand what you do for people and their confidence. So, I started where I can't speak in front of people. This is ground zero. Not today. Today I can, talk in front of a crowd and everything. But
it's hard to get you to shut up now.
I know. I can't shut up because of you. But anyways, no, I was saying though that you do the rah-rah, and it's good because you're not just a social media. I always say social media group, right? I'm always like, my social media
Carmen
group is
introduces me to everyone. My social media guy.
Yeah. But I honestly, you're not just that. You honestly have the tips. You honestly have the skills. You honestly have all that advice to come through, because anybody can do a video, right? Essentially, you can do a video, right? It's easy. You can take your camera and do it yourself.
Point the camera and do it, right?
Exactly.
But it's what
the creative spin is a perfect name for it. I do want to say.
Thank you.
Yeah,
But my goal was always I don't want things to seem like they're too formatted, right?
Yeah.
Like even with podcasts, I always tell people, all my guests, this is a conversation. I don't want you. Yeah, we're gonna look at all these cameras and all of that. They're gonna be in the room, but this is what's going to happen. It's gonna have to be a conversation. And I was just saying it before we hit record. Now, I was talking to Dee, and I was saying one of the things that I've learned is I rarely start any podcast without before sitting down with the guest, having a coffee, just having a conversation. We're basically having a podcast before the podcast.
Where's my coffee?
Well, we've been here for quite a while today. And now you have the book right there. For those of you who are not watching us or just listening,
I know.
We have a book.
Where do I do
it?
it? This one.
That
Okay.
one. There
Colin's
you
like,
go.
can you please get the right camera?
So this was another big step for you because this
Yeah.
was this is your first book.
But this was helped by you guys too, right? So the design was Jamie.
Oh, there you go.
He's always the best with his designs.
I remember
He did actually 4 designs, and everybody shot down every other design. I actually did like the other design too.
there was a second good contender.
Oh yeah,
in
that's
there.
right. That's right. Yeah.
The other two, everybody was like, nah, no, like
Yeah,
that.
and I liked one of those too.
I'm not gonna lie, one of them was actually the one I picked, and I got offended. No, I didn't.
I was offended.
I was offended. So yeah, what got you into you just woke up one day and I'm gonna write a book. I'm gonna get something going.
You know what? I really wanted to go through the step-by-step process, like let people know literally everything about mortgages, right? So there's a lot. I realized in life there's a lot of readers out there.
Oh,
I don't know about any of you guys. I'm not like it takes me like I have to do my 30-minute motivational, rah reading every morning. And sometimes it's hard, but there's a lot of heavy hitters that actually highlight and read. So, when we were putting this together, I thought it would be perfect for clients, right? I thought it would be awesome for clients to have a full guide into home financing because people learn on their own as well, Jamie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
See, I'm more of a visual person.
So am I.
I'm like,
That's
I'll
the
hit
Aquarian,
that.
yeah.
I'll hit the YouTube video before
Yeah, yeah.
I'll grab a book.
For sure.
Anna's all books.
All books, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like she reads for the two of us, so I don't have to read. Probably for the three of us. I don't know.
I know, 100%.
But the book, I mean, this is a guide. Basically, if you're getting into mortgages, this is like your perfect guide, right?
It is 100%. So everybody's been doing, I guess all the books were about investments, how to get into the real estate market or how to get a mortgage put together. I believe that, if it's essentially a guide, it's like the Bible, right? So it teaches you everything about mortgages and anything that could come up during the buying process. So I thought it was a good guide to put together. That's pretty much it. So I'm excited about it. We haven't talked much about it and we haven't done any promotion on it. And every time I hand this to somebody, they're like, oh my God, I know. So no, but a lot of people are like, oh my God, you have a book? Can I have a book, right? And I'm like, are you going to read the book or is this book going to just sit at
But the official launching is going to be this
Thursday.
week
Yeah,
on Thursday. Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
be here
Yeah.
and we'll be
Live.
recording and doing all
Yeah.
the things. But this is going to be, I think it's a new stage. A new project.
It is, yeah. This is something that we have to work on. It's just been a little bit rough, but now it's clear game, right? So it's moving forward. So
now going back to the business side of things, you're expanding as well. I mean, in terms
we
of,
are. That's correct. Yes.
Talk a little bit about that. It's not only the location, but everything else that
yeah.
you guys
So
are
we have a
doing.
partnership with Street City Realty. Every location they open up, we open up with them. That came out from the sidelines. I sat down with Costa, and he's one of the broker owners there. And Mary, she's another partner owner. But when we sat down, I love them. I think they are great people. They have the same vision as me and Zervain. So it was honestly one of the best partnerships I felt. And everywhere they open, essentially a Costa Group mortgage group will open as well. So
awesome.
it's great exposure, right? So,
Yeah.
you know, they're great people.
So what are we looking at? All over Ontario? Like what are the
Well,
locations?
they want to
now?
go across Canada, so I'm actually excited about it. It's honestly, Jamie, it's one of the best things that happened, and that happened right when we got this location. So I'm like, you know, the
Amazing.
stars are aligning. This whole motivational is working, the universe. But yeah, no. So now we're in Sarnia, Thunder Bay, and Sault Ste. Marie, London, Toronto, Mississauga. We're looking at a couple of cities. It's under wrap. Can't really state it. But a couple of like 3 cities locally we're going to open up.
Awesome.
So I'm pretty excited. It's you know, it's a great group of people. Honestly, they mirror image our vision. So I'm excited about it.
And a lot of that vision, and we were just here recording a little bit of your Motivational Mondays.
Yeah. What did you think of it? I didn't even ask you. I
No,
wanted to ask
it
you,
was
honestly.
great, and that's why I wanted to talk about it because you know I know that you basically started this right from the get go when you started the business,
I did,
right?
yeah.
Because you and we're very alike in that sense. I think you know in order to do something properly, you need to be in the right zone.
Yeah,
Your mind
100%.
has to be in the right place.
100%.
And if you're negative, if you're not there, it's just not going to work out.
Oh, you're right. You're right about that. Yeah.
So I really enjoyed it today. It was
Did
like
you? I didn't know.
I've
Like,
been
you're-
listening about hearing about this this motivational Mondays all the time. And we
Yeah.
were supposed to come in and record before and all of that, and never.
And then
never
everybody
worked.
called in sick.
Yeah, and then so
No,
we did
it
it
was the
today,
long
and it was
weekend.
good. So
Yeah.
okay, let us know why you do it,
Yeah.
and why you
It takes
think,
so first and foremost, it takes a lot of time, and like it honestly takes a lot of time.
because you prepare everything, right?
I do
yourself.
everything from I don't. There's no copyright. There's no nothing. The videos I pull up from Goal. I think it's Goalcast or Goal Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But it's great. Like I try to affiliate. So today was about. Oh my God, we just did it, and I can't even remember.
I'm blanking out too.
Today was perspective and who you align
Exactly.
yourself with.
Yes.
That's what it is. So changing
And
your
we
perspective.
figured out that we're not going to have any friends around us.
No, we're going to have a small circle like this. So anyways, so we did perspective and who you align yourself with. So I'm very, I could teach my, and they get a little bit of a mortgage component at the end, right?
Yeah.
So I try to give them, something. Today was porting mortgages, right? So, and teaching them all about porting mortgages, the struggles you can face, etc. But with the goal side and like the motivational side, I try to keep, like a topic. So today would have been that perspective, right? Change your perspective, change who you hang around with, because that's huge. We were talking about this over the weekend, me and Zervain, and I realized our group of people, it was really big. Then all of a sudden it became really small.
Yeah.
Because not everybody's happy when you're succeeding, right? And I hate I'm not being negative about this. I'm not trying to be
No, but I think that's a normal human emotion. I think,
Right? Yeah.
unfortunately, and a lot of people might not even know that they're putting
doing
out
it,
those
they
energies.
may not know, But that's why I said, so I try to keep front and center with the team. It kicks them off to a good start for the week, and it keeps them like right off the hop, right? And on top of that, we do the WhatsApp messages, right? So I send out a little quote, and then I write out a paragraph, just letting the team know, for the day. Today was gratitude. And being grateful to people and sending out a message to one person on the team. So I like to assign just one task, and it's honestly not a hard task.
Yeah, so
you literally have to be grateful.
You
right?
get them to work. You give them homework
I do.
too.
They don't know though. They, you know what? And they're great people, because you know what? I remember when Glenn started, he's like, he picked up a book. I'm like, I want you to read this book. It was, and he will attest to this. I'm like, it was about self-development. I'm like, and he's like, I'm 30, how old is he? 37. I'm 37. I've never read a book.
32. Well,
Is
let's
he?
just say, no, I'm just.
But he's like, I've never read a book. Ask him how many books he's read now. He's up to 20. So, and his wife's
There you
like,
go.
I've never, ever seen him read a book.
What do we try to do? The same thing. It's a service. It's the way you portray
Yeah.
yourself, the way you help clients.
You're right.
I think that's what matters, because I'll be honest, now, we're doing a lot of stuff in social media. We're advertising a lot. But up until about a few years ago, we weren't really advertising. Our advertising was the best work we can do, because that would make that client happy. That client would refer us to another client,
100%.
and so on and so forth. And a lot of people, and we've tackled this in a previous podcast. A lot of people think social media is going to be, oh, how can I sell? No, it's the same thing.
No, you told me, yeah. Yeah,
you need
you're
to
right.
provide something to your audience, because if we find your videos and you're giving good advice onto, you know what, don't do
Not
this,
the first
don't
two
do
videos, please God.
But people are going to go, listen, this is pretty good tips here. This person knows what she's talking about. Let me contact her. It's very different, because if you're just going out there and selling, you're just going to be like everybody else. You're just going to be
100%.
selling something. People don't want to be sold on something.
No.
People want want information. They want to feel comfortable. When they pick up that phone and call you, they know that they're going to get help in mortgages, because you know what you're talking about.
Right.
That shows in the confidence you have in being able to put that information online. See, it's almost the same. You're putting out the same thing, but it just in a different way.
You're right.
In a way that you can approach people differently, right? And they will feel more comfortable dealing with you.
100%.
Bottom line.
And that's what we do, right? Because I remember in the beginning, I wanted to sell, and you were like, nope, we're not doing it. So
it might seem like it takes longer. People might say,
it
oh, but
does.
I
You know
don't know
what, Jamie? You
but
said
it
2
comes
years,
around.
and we're 2 years in, and we get a lot of contact. So we get a lot of people contacting us. I've seen you on Facebook. I've seen you on social media. I'm now recruiting for mortgage agents and mortgage brokers, and we get a lot of feedback. Like I'm like, should I put an ad out on LinkedIn? Should I do this?
If you want to work for the right team, leave your comment below or call us. Thank you.
No, but honestly, you put out those videos and people are like, I've been watching you, these mortgage agents and mortgage brokers, and we're open to have a conversation with them, right? So I'm going to be honest, I'm inundated with so many inquiries once we put that hiring ad up.
And
right?
and we'll link it below. One of the components that we added on was your podcast as well, in which you dive into a couple. Every episode you always have like a few topics that you dive into, and I think that's so good, because you're either having a conversation with one of your people here, and you guys dive into the little details that a lot of times, short videos, you can't get all the information there.
Our podcasts are pretty solid, and they're, you know what, they're opinions. I want to emphasize this because we got a lot of inquiries, a lot of comments about, you shouldn't be saying that, you shouldn't be saying. These are people's opinions, right? Yeah. So we're not talking bad about anybody. We're talking about experiences that have happened. I can't change an experience. It's an opinion, and people have opinions about it, and I can't control the people across from me, my guests across from me talking about it. So I like to add that rider, because we got a lot of comments about it. But the truth is, our podcasts are reality. So it's what's happening in the market today. It's preparing our buyers, our investors, everybody, for situations that do happen, right? Yeah. And what are the problem solving for it, right? So.
No, I think it's the right
I love
approach.
it. You know what, Jamie? Everything you're doing, I get fired up. I watch your podcast. I love your dog. I really want your dog to be a part of it, but he's not here.
We'll bring him on Thursday. No, I won't.
Don't bring him on Thursday. Oh God, no.
Right, Carmen, thank you so much for being a part of this podcast.
I'm excited. I was a little bit offended. I'm not going to lie. I think it's when you had, what's his name? Jazz. I was like, he had Jazz and he didn't have me. I love Jazz, though.
Jazz is killing it.
Yeah, Jazz. I love you, but
this.
I was a little bit offended. I was like, what's up with this? What's up?
Listen,
joking.
there was a lot
of
stuff.
He's in Toronto. I'm not. I'm in Hamilton, Stony Creek.
Things have to line up, and I think it lined up perfectly now for us to record.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting because of a lot of the recordings that we've done for you with your guests. We've actually brought them into our podcast, because then we end up meeting them and talking to them, and then we bring them in. So it's this this collaboration
you're honestly, you do awesome.
Great.
You guys do awesome.
And
so
Jazz,
you guys deserve
Jazz was actually one of those people that we met through you, and he's now been in our podcast as well, and he's killing it. I was actually,
good for him.
We were listening to the podcast yesterday.
I have nothing but mad love for him.
Yeah,
so
he's doing
awesome.
such an amazing work there. So thank you for being here, and we'll link all of the things, the usual stuff, links and all that. For sure. And we'll be back recording some more of your podcasts. We need to kick that into like fifth gear. And
we're doing it. I'm game on, man. I'm ready.
All right.
So
good stuff.
Thanks, Jamie.
No, thank you.
Okay.